Oh, you're good. Okay, you're good. Maybe a half step down. Perfect, thank you. I'm rolling.
All right, you can look me in the whole all right, say and spell your name for me, sir.
Kevin Miller, Kevinmiller.
All right, and chief of?
Sugarcreek Fire Chief.
Okay, so tell me what happened here this morning.
Shortly before 4 a.m. we were dispatched for a report of a structure fire with flames showing through the roof. That was the conditions I found upon arrival.
Not fully engulfed, but just kind of shooting through the roof?
No, the middle portion of the building, the roof had already collapsed on part of it, so it's heavily involved.
And how many, you guys had a lot of departments responding to this?
Based upon the initial report from the dispatcher, I had asked for a second alarm. One of my firefighters from home was able to see flames, so we went to fourth alarm and escalated from there when we had 3 aerial ladders in operation just to maintain water supply.
Roughly about how many departments did you guys have?
We had roughly 20 departments here from 4 different counties.
Talk about the damage inside into the middle portion of this building.
So the middle portion of the building, where the body of the fire was, is completely destroyed. On the one end, the fire door did not drop down, so there's heavy smoke damage to the rest of the building on that side.
What kind of describe to me what is inside of this building?
So on the inside of the building, in normal operations, it was a flea market, so you had different vendors of furniture and there's different knickknacks and whatnot.
Do you think a lot of that, I'm sure, being wood, it fueled the fire?
I would say there's heavy fire load inside once it got started, yeah.
And cause at this point?
Cause is undetermined at this point. State Fire Marshal's office is on scene investigating.
Can you talk about what the task force EMA was kind of saying?
So last evening we did have lightning storm come through, and there's a weather map where there was a lightning strike in the area about 11:15. Whether that's related or not, I can't say, but it's a possibility.
Okay. Talk to me about the difficulty this type of building, this type of fire poses for your firefighters and other departments.
So the biggest difficulty for a fire of this size in this location is there's no fire hydrants, so getting water to the scene is the biggest issue, especially when we have 3 elevated master streams and 3 fire ladders in operation. That's the reason we had that many departments here, and we lost water for maybe 30 seconds. So I'm really impressed with the water movement that took place today.
How does that kind of work? I saw that kind of like it's going into like a pool situation over here.
So we have 2 different what we call fill sites where there's fire engines filling tankers, and then tankers are shuttling the water back and forth. We have 2 different dump sites on scene, then supplying the aerial ladder trucks.
Okay. And that obviously just adds to the difficulty?
It does add a difficulty, the complexity. But in a fire like this, we took the first couple of minutes to make sure that we had the trucks in the right position, the hoses where they need to go, and it made the rest of the fire go that much smoother.
Sure. Talk about, this is not the first time, unfortunately, this establishment has experienced fire.
And there previously was Walnut Creek Flea Market on the other side of town, which that burned down probably 25 years ago. It's moved over to this side of town under a different name, but unfortunately it's happened again.
I mean, how difficult is it for, folks who are vendors here, having to deal with this?
I imagine that's going to be pretty hard if this is their livelihood. There's a lot of vendors in there. This is a major tourist attraction for the local community here, so it's a big loss.
What do you guys? What's the situation now? I know you had said that there's some fire still burning in the middle of the building.
So the roof, it was a metal roof on the building, where that hampers our ability to extinguish the fire underneath that. So we have an excavator on scene pulling the roof out, and as he does that, we're finishing the extinguishment.
What's next for you guys?
Just wait for him to get that roof off and get everything extinguished, and then shut down.
How would you describe the response from the other counties surrounding this and helping to get this out so quickly?
I think it was a tremendous response. That time of day you have a mixture of professional full-time fire departments and volunteers and everybody coming together, and you have departments that never worked together coming in today, and was fairly seamless, I think.
Being in a small town here, very rural, very country, is that a lot harder, obviously, because I'm sure you guys are spread out?
We are spread out, but that's the reason why up front with the information, we go to the multiple alarms, get the resources moving as soon as possible. Those first few minutes in any emergency situation are important, and we can't get those back, so we didn't waste any time.
Awesome. Any questions for me? No? Anything I missed?
No, that's
awesome.
pretty good.
Thanks, Kevin.